Imo Assembly in search of sustainable peace stability. Hello friends, how are you doing today? You're welcome back to our channel. Please, if you have not subscribed, do well by subscribing to this channel and also hit on the bell icon so you won't miss any updates from us. Thank you. The manner and frequency of changing leadership in Imo House of Assembly in the last 2.5 years has been worrisome to residents of the state. Within this period, 3 speakers have been elected and removed in circumstances that put the House in perpetual crisis. Apart from the first speaker, Dr. Chiji Collins, All Progressive Congress APC chieftain representing Onyumo constituency, who went through normal legislative processes to emerge as speaker in June 2019. Other 2 members who occupied the seat were elected and impeached without observing rules of the House. Collins came to office during the short-lived Emeka Ihedioha administration of People's Democratic Party (PDP), who was removed from office by the Supreme Court. It was widely believed that Ihedioha contributed significantly to the enthronement of Collins as Speaker. So with the exit of Ihedioha, Collins' fate was decided. Prime elective positions in the state, such as governor, deputy governor and speaker, are shared by the 3 senatorial districts: Imo East Owerri, Imo North Okigwe, and Imo West Olu. Where the governor comes from determine who occupies other seats. By that arrangement, the governor and speaker cannot come from the same zone. Currently, Governor Hope Uzodimma hails from Olu, Imo West, while his deputy, Amara Inweyanwu, is from Owerri zone. The expectation is that Imo North, Okigwe, should produce the speaker. When the Upper Court pronounced Uzodimma as the rightful elected governor of the state in January 14, Collins was impeached because he came from the same senatorial district with the news helmsman. With the development, the immediate past speaker, Paul Emezem, APC, Onyumo constituency, was re-elected to preside over the House. His tenure witnessed high-handedness that almost caused the assembly go up in flames. His colleagues rose against him and pulled the rug off his feet. Impeachment of Emezem was like a palace coup, executed very early in the morning. The lawmakers arrived early at the temporary chamber at Ozukwe Central without Emezem to begin business of the day. When he heard of the sitting going on in the assembly, he rushed to join his colleagues, but to his uttermost surprise, stern-looking security men at the gate prevented him from entering the assembly. While Emezem was still making calls to know who instructed security men to shut him out of the assembly, news filtered in that Kennedy Iba APC Obowo constituency, a lawyer and second-term ranking member, had been installed as speaker with support from 19 lawmakers who signed the documents. One different thing lawmakers did was shunning of the temporary plenary venue, which they had of recent used for legislative proceedings due to ongoing repairs at both the permanent site and temporary legislative house at Ozokwu Central, Owerri. Dr. Uju Nwudiwe, member representing Njaba constituency, and other sources disclosed that on the Sunday preceding the impeachment of Emezem, clerk of the House was instructed to issue invitation to all members to attend the sitting, but those who attended at executive meeting, after which Nwudiwe was asked to act as speaker temporal while other members present queue behind as they filed into the venue. Journalists were barred from covering the proceedings. It was said that a motion was raised that the Deputy Speaker, Amara Iwayanwu, was not impeached following confirmation from the clerk that there was no record of his impeachment. They recall members who also denied signing any document to remove Iwayanwu as mentioned on the list presented by MSM. Iwayanwu was then asked to occupy the seat to preside. It was after he reclaimed his seat as Deputy Speaker that proper motion for MSM's impeachment was executed by 19 out of 27 members that signed his impeach document. Throughout the period the impeachment process lasted, MSM was outside the gate, allegedly having altercation with security men when rock was pulled off from his feet. It was gathered that those who endorsed MSM impeachment included Kanayo Onyemechi, Owerri West, Arthur Igwen, Idioto North, Duru Johnson, Idioto South, Kennedy Ibe, Obowo, Michael Crown, Njoku, Emeka Nduka, Ime Mbano, and Prince Obinna Okwere. Others are Chigozie Nwaneri, Oru East, Dominic Ezeruha, Oru West, Okoro Cyrus, Ohaji Ebema, Frank Oboma Oguta, Uju Nwudiwe Njaba, Uche Mbuagu, Ikederu, Chizi Collins, Isiala Mbano, and Edi Mbina Abo Mbase. Others include Ayediki Nwosu, Ezenehit Mbase, Ngozi Obefule Isu, Otube Samuel, Ahiazu Mbiase, and the reinstated Deputy Speaker Amara China Nwayanwu Nwangele. Immediately after the change of leadership in the assembly, Ibe-led group drove in convoy to Uzodimma at the government house Owerri, where the governor urged them to perform their function according to provision of the constitution and rules of the house. Before MSM was removed, he seems not to have realized that he ought to have resigned when most of his colleagues were already working against him. He was accused of taking some action against the interests of his colleagues. Part of his sins was the suspension of 6 members who were said to be active in the House, and impeachment of his deputy, sign of what was to happen to him was ominous for any politician to decipher, but MSM seems not to have premonition of his sack, just as it happened to his former deputy, Nwayanwu, on November 2. When he was removed without due process, Nwayanwu was said to be a political ally of Uzodimma, whose allies had boasted that his impeachment from the House would be reversed. Some members are still expressing shock over the brazen disregard for rules of the House by MSM in the manner he removed his deputy. On November 2nd, member representing Osu constituency, Ekene Nodumele, handed a document to MSM during plenary. The document was later found to contain a list of 18 members, including the hitherto 6 suspended members of the assembly, purportedly to have endorsed removal of Iwayanwu as deputy speaker. The list included Dominic Ezeruha, APC All West, Uche Mbuagu, APC Ikeduru, Philip Ejiogwu, PDP Owerri North, Ayadike Nwosu, PDP Esenihiti, Kennedy Ibe, APC Obowo, and Michael Njoku, APC Ihiti Woma. Emezem received the list from Nodumele and without presenting it for deliberation, he hit the gavel, signifying impeachment of Nwayangu. Besides, he did not also state the offense of 6 members that were suspended in July 8 because MSM only accused them of unparliamentary conduct. One of the suspended members included the immediate past majority leader of the House, Obuagu, who defected from People's Democratic Party (PDP) to APC. He was removed early in the year, and Kanayo Amechi, APC Owerri West, replaced him. Some of the suspended lawmakers, in their reaction to the development, in a statement said, "We, the 4 members of Imo State House of Assembly of APC extraction who were suspended on July 8, 2021 by Speaker Paul Emezem, wish to clearly disassociate ourselves and our signature from any action including, but not limited to, the purported impeachment of red-handed Honorable Amarachi China Nwayangu, the Deputy Speaker." This very fundamental statement comes from the information we have that our names and signature appear in document. Mr. Speaker Paul Emezem is parading as evidence of 18 signatories. We state without equivocation that we were suspended unjustly, lucky to be reinstated after about 4 months, but we are yet to resume office, talkless of engaging in any form of parliamentary activities. Also, Nwayangu kinsmen petitioned the impeachment and vowed that it would not hold. A statement issued by FM Dikukwe reads, "We the good people of Nkwere, Isu, Njaba, and Nwangele Federal Constituency have received with rude shock the attempt by a group of anti-democratic group in Imo State to remove the Deputy Speaker. Unfortunately, the action fell as the planners could not put a replacement because they were acting on a wrong footing. We wish to tell our people that this action, which is dead on arrival, is targeted at Imo State Governor and therefore will not stand. We ask our people to remain calm as efforts are being put in place to return the situation to normalcy." Another 2 groups, Imo Democratic Assembly and Save Imo, represented by Georgina Ibezem and Ebubiagu Ekenulu, respectively, accused the Speaker of not following legislative processes in impeaching Nwayangu. But the former Commissioner for Information and Strategy in the state and social commentator Elvis Agukwe said the change of baton was normal in a democratic process, insisting that all over the world, legislative house, both at state and national, are chaotic. Imo is never alone in this. Supporters and sympathizers must allow our democracy to develop. It is the best option for us. Other governors have conducted legislative business in government house or private residence, but Governor Hope Uzodinma, being a former lawmaker, has refused to dabble into the internal affairs of Imo House of Assembly. Sentiment or political consideration must not guide our legislature. They must be allowed to settle their internal affairs by themselves. People should desist from interfering. After his impeachment, MSM member representing Mbiatulu constituency, OK Nyekama PDP and Nodumele were suspended indefinitely. MSM was suspended for alleged forgery, abuse of office, high-handedness, and unparliamentary conduct. Onyekama, who hails from Imo East, the Deputy Speaker of the House, resigned immediately Yedioa was removed last year. A 5-member committee was appointed by the Speaker to investigate the suspended Speaker and others. Members of the committee include Kanayo Onyemechi, Owerri West, Chairman Frank Oboma, Oguta, Vice Chairman Duru Johnson, Idieto South, Emeka Nduka, Ehieme Mbano, and Chigoze Nwaneri Olu East as members. All the standing committees that were dissolved by the Speaker are yet to be reconstituted. While Ibe has pledged to bring back the lost glory, honor, and dignity of the House, his predecessor, MSM, who is under suspension, has promised to be loyal to the new leadership of the House. The impeached Speaker said, "Despite what must have happened, the overall interest of Imo State is paramount to me. Hence, the most important thing on my mind now is to remain an agent and advocate of a better Imo. I sincerely thank our Governor, Hope Uzodimma, for his love, support, and the confidence reposed in me, which contributed immensely to my emergence as Imo Assembly Speaker in the first place. I owe him my continued total and unalloyed loyalty and support. I also want to apologize to anyone I might have stepped on their toes in the course of discharge of my duties as the Speaker, and strongly believe that together, leaving the past behind us, we shall achieve a better and prosperous Imo of our collective dream." Uzodimma also held a closed-door meeting with the Due 2 days after the change of baton. The trio also took photographs together to express their resolve for peace in the House. From the recent developments in the House, Imo indigenes and residents hope to see an end to instability in the House, trusting the new leadership and other members of the Assembly to settle down and carry out their legislative works. So friends, what do you think about this? Please, if you have any comments, kindly leave it below the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.